Alright, you guys, I'm here doing some exponential graphs. As you can see, this is the exponential graph, and what we're going to be doing on this is finding out what the equation for it is. So we are going to take a look. As you can see, we do have some good points to work with. We do have a starting value, which would be my y-intercept right here. We're going to need to find out what that is because there's no number there. When we're looking at functions for exponentials and writing the equation, we always start with f of x. So we're going to start there, f of x, and then we want to use that start value, that initial starting point that it's crossing the y-intercept. Now, as I can see here, there is a 50 here, but it's not on a line. It looks like it's halfway in between these two lines that are right here, these dotted lines, but I'm not 100% sure, and I never should assume anything. However, I do look at the 100 I see up here, and it is exactly on the line. So that will help me because there are 5 lines here. So that means this would be 20, 40, 60, 80, and then 100. My assumption was correct. It is halfway between. So this is 40 and this is 60. So that was correct. So I do have a starting value at 20. So I'm just going to write down that set of coordinates right there, 0, 1, and 20. So that is my y-intercept. Now, in this case, with exponential functions, we start the value with our initial value, so our y-intercept. Typically, if we're doing linear equations, we don't start with that. That's usually at the end of the equation, but these ones, they actually start there. Now, I need to figure out what my growth factor is. So an exponential is the starting value and then times whatever its growth factor is, whatever it's multiplying by, and then to the exponent. Now, problem is I don't have any points on here, so I'm going to have to look for some points. I obviously have the first point, which is the y-intercept. It's a nice, easy number to figure out. And so I'm going to use this first point here, where 1 is my x value, and this is exactly on the line at 60. Now, I only need those 2 points, and I can figure out my answer. So this is 1 and 60. So because this is going up 1 consecutively by 1 here for the x, I can just do 60 divided by our previous number, which is 20, and figure out what the growth rate is. So I take the y value of the second number I'm using and divide it by the one right before it, and that will give me my growth factor, which is by 3. So then we're going to have times 3 to the x exponent. And that would be how I go ahead and do my equation for this exponential function. If you want more questions like these, you can find them on my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at YouWantAlgebra. Make sure you like, share, follow for more. These are going to be located, like I said, in the exponential function section.